convinced my husband to watch a Christmas rom-com with me. Just before the movie began, he turned to me and said, "If you can predict how these movies are going to end, why do you keep watching them?" The answer for me is simple. It's because I know the outcome will always be happy. Boy meets girl, they get married, the town is saved, the family reconciles. Everyone is happy. I've probably watched 10 or more Christmas movies since the season began, and every last one of them has a happy ending. Honestly, it's my little holiday escape from reality because sometimes the endings in life are not happy. Christmas seems to magnify the tough reality that many people are lonely, problems remain unresolved, and everyone does not get what they want. In fact, tucked just below the subconscious is a truth that we don't want to acknowledge about our beloved holiday. Sometimes Christmas can be difficult. A loved one dies, a marriage ends, a job is lost, a child is sick, money is scarce, and family members are at odds with each other. Situations linger, threatening our holly jolly Christmas. At a time when we want everything to be perfect, we are forced to acknowledge it isn't. Even still, when we find ourselves in this difficult place, there are 3 things that we can remember. Number 1, the first Christmas, though beautiful, had a measure of difficulty. Manger scenes depict the birth of Christ, omitting the obvious challenges. Mary endured labor on a road trip. And as if that was not enough, she had birth in a stable. Not fun. And delivered a baby with a bounty on his head. And yet, in the midst of a less than ideal situation, the Savior of the world was born. When life is difficult, the presence of Christ enables us to see our circumstances with an eternal perspective. Number 2, hope is not subject to conditions. Jesus embodied a hope that transcended his circumstances and ours too. This hope is resilient, persevering in the face of extreme obstacles. It is a hope that compels us to believe in healing for the sick, reconciliation for the separated, joy for the broken, and grace for the imperfect. It is a hope that is rooted in the reality of who Jesus is, what he came to do, and who he came to save, us. It is a hope that says, yes, this world is filled with imperfections and outcomes we do not want, but this world is not all there is. For those of us who believe this world is not our home, the hope Jesus offers looks to a day when we will spend eternity with Christ, and there will be no sickness, no wars, no poverty, no pain. The hope Jesus brought to the world prevails in the face of adversity. Number 3, Christmas is about Christ. Our obsession with ourselves has duped us into believing the lie that Christmas is about us. Our agendas, ideals, and wants cloud our judgment. Intuitively, we know it's about Christ, but we tend to think otherwise. At least I do. Y'all, the truth is that Christmas is about God's passionate, over-the-top love for people. This love drove him to send Christ into the world to die for the sins of mankind. When life is difficult during Christmas, and most likely it will be for someone, we can look to Christ and remember his entrance into this world was not ideal. He can relate, he understands, and he is capable of handling the pain of our circumstances this holiday season. With him, we are empowered to exchange despair for hope, sorrow for joy, and pain for peace. If you're in the midst of a difficult circumstance this Christmas, know that the enduring love of God is sufficient and extended to you.